Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to understand about what we are going to learn as part of this Terraform resources section. So as part of Terraform resources, the first thing is we are going to learn about the Terraform language basics, and then we'll move on to Terraform resource syntax and then resource behavior. So what are these syntaxes and behavior? We'll see in the upcoming lectures also on a high level. And then so once we know a little bit of resource syntax and behavior, we need to focus on fundamentals of Terraform state. So what is Terraform state, and then where the Terraform state file is created, and what is the name of that file, and what is the difference between desired and then current state. So all those things you are going to learn as part of that section. Then you will focus on core resource behavior altering things from resource perspective, which are called meta arguments. Okay. So you are going to learn about meta argument, count, depends on, for each, and then life cycle, each with one example. So the Terraform resources section duration is going to be close to 3 hours with 26 lectures or even more here and there. Okay. So why this is going to be this detailed is because so resources are the heart of Terraform, which means resources are something which are going to be get created in our real environments. So their language syntax, resource behavior, and then how they behave as part of state when you are using Terraform state, and then also their meta arguments which alters the behavior of the resource. So those things become heart of Terraform. So for that purpose, we have focused extensively on learning them in a practical manner. So from there, let's understand on high level what we are going to learn as part of this entire section. So we'll start with Terraform language basics, which means what are blocks, and then top level blocks, block inside blocks, and what are block labels. So we'll learn those things, and what are arguments, and then what are attributes. So all these things we'll learn, and then we'll move on to learning about the resource syntax. So what is resource type, and then what is resource local name, so how it is referenced in terraform.tf state, and then basics of meta arguments. All those things we are going to learn. There comes next the important thing, which is resource behavior. So from Terraform resource behavior perspective, what is create resource, destroy resource, and update in place resources, and then destroy and then recreate resources. So these are also we are going to try and implement practically. So once we reach here, there the time comes where we need to learn about the Terraform state. So we will understand about the Terraform state in a detailed manner. So at Terraform init what will happen, and then Terraform plan what will happen, Terraform validate what will happen during that time, and then when you run the Terraform apply, what will happen at that time, the terraform.tf state file will get created, and during terraform.destroy what will happen. So all these things you are going to learn as part of the fundamentals of Terraform state, and then you'll move on and then learn about desired and then current Terraform states, and then move on to resource meta arguments. So as part of resource meta arguments, you'll focus on learning about depends on, count, for each, and then life cycle in this resources section. And for meta argument provider, you already learned that in the initial sections of fundamentals block section, where you learned about multiple providers, how you are going to use. So with that said, for meta arguments we will be left over with provisioners and then connections. So this part we will learn as part of the section 9 where we will learn about details with file provisioner, remote exec provisioner, local exec provisioner, and also null resource in detail. So this one we will learn later. So with that said, we'll complete all the meta arguments in a detailed manner. So for each meta argument when you are learning, you are going to create resources there. So primarily for the depends on meta argument, so you are going to create close to 9 resources, and then at that point of time you are going to get a detailed hands-on about creating the resources in Terraform, and then we are going to do it in a live template writing model. So how to create resources, so you'll create 9 resources and then learn that, and then implement the depends on meta argument. Then you will move on to implement the for each meta argument, so wherein with maps. Okay, and then you will move on to also implementing for each with set of strings. Okay, and then you will move on to finally implement the resource meta argument lifecycle. So with this, you are going to learn about creating the how the resource lifecycle is going to be. You are going to learn as part of this section. So where you will learn about create before destroy, how it is going to behave, and then prevent underscore destroy, how it is going to behave, and then ignore changes, how it is going to behave. Means like the resource, how it is going to behave, you are going to learn here. And for everything, so whatever you are seeing for all these sections, you are going to have a GitHub step-by-step documentation. So if you click on this Terraform resources and go inside that, so you'll have a step-by-step documentation for all these things. In addition to that, for every section, you will find the templates ready in the Terraform manifest folder, where you can have the pre-written templates for you to practice it. Okay, so if you go here and open Terraform resources, and under each Terraform manifest folder, you will have the detailed pre-written templates for you to learn, and same is available for you on the GitHub repository. For each example, you have separate folder for you to implement it. Okay, so this completes the introductory part of Terraform resources. In our next lecture, we'll go ahead and then practically implement the stuff. So I'll see you in the next lecture. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.